Hello, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. All right, Taurus, as soon as these two came out, I was like, wowza. Man, that's pretty heavy, but it's good. So from like vampire, supernatural, inexplicable, miraculous, and otherworldly, and then from chakra wisdom, soulmate. And again, this is not about, a soulmate. This is different. It's really about you being more authentic to your own feelings here, living your truth and speaking your truth in, again, being honest with yourself about how you feel about situations, but with supernatural, right? And then I always see like the third eye opening with this one. But with supernatural, this is about you being more in tune with your own psychic abilities and gifts. It talks about something that I preach about all the time. Those gifts are not for the select few. Everybody has them. Everybody is connected to the same source. And it's really about you working with that now. You may feel like you're not connected, but like with soulmate being there, your third eye is opening. And that's what I feel like looking at this. And for some of you, it could just be that you're being a little bit more authentic to, the way that you feel and communicating that here. And things may feel like they're otherworldly right now. All right, Taurus, here we go. Here's your overall for the week. The Eight of Wands, wow. So, I'm getting more from this that you're needing a situation to start picking up speed. When you're looking at the Eight of Wands, things moving quickly. It's quick, fast-paced communication, but it's also kind of like watching everything fall into place. But I don't know, I kind of get the feeling like you're needing something to start going. Like something needs to move a little bit more quickly here. Oh boy. Yeah, and I can understand wanting, that to be kind of over and done with. So with the Three of Swords as a past coming through, you aren't the only ones who else dealt with that. Sag, I think. But anyway, with the Three of Swords as a past coming through, you're talking about heartbreaking situation here, and wanting to quickly move away from that, which I totally get with the Eight of Wands being there. Needing to move past this, right? But then hopefully here you're working on getting to that place of like healing and forgiving. And for some of you, if it has to do with health issues, like quickly getting to a resolution on that for sure. Oh, wow. Okay, so now in the present, the Queen of Cups. Now, if we're talking about forgiving, then absolutely, with the Queen of Cups being there. I don't so much feel like you're being emotionally manipulative or that you're dealing with somebody who's being manipulative. I would have expected to see like a younger type of energy show up there. With the Queen of Cups being in the present, again, like I've always said with her, it's emotional involvement, emotional attachment, but being more in tune with your own emotions. And it's funny because I look at your oracle cards, and with her in the present, I mean, she is the other psychic in the deck, besides the High Priestess. But, being more in tune with your own emotions and definitely getting to a place of like forgiveness and understanding when it comes to how you feel, especially having dealt with heartbreaking situations in the past. Oh, future conditions, the Five of Pentacles. I feel more so, like I don't think that this has to do with, you being rejected. I think that you may be rejecting someone, especially if they've caused you a lot of difficulty here, because it's like you're quickly trying to get away from this. Now with the Five of Pentacles, yeah, we could definitely be talking about you possibly dealing with some financial difficulties or being on the outside looking in on a situation, feeling rejected and cast out. But I don't think that that's it. Like, I don't think that that's it. I think that this is more so about, you having to do this to someone. But it's only because you're better in tune with how you feel about what is going on. You're not looking to deal with any more heartbreak. So, what is the best way to take care of that? Well, get it out. Get rid of it. Put it aside, cast it aside, even if it has to do with a person, especially if they're not willing to get to this place here where I feel like you're at. But we'll see here. Like, I'm waiting to see. Because, you know, even with wanting things to pick up here, you're still, like, seeing everything just kind of fall into place where it needs to be. Your best path to follow. I haven't seen him in a while, and here it is for Taurus. The Knight of Pentacles. Be cautious with the way that you handle situations with people who may have hurt you because of where you're at right now with the Queen of Cups. That's what I want to say. You know, the Knight of Pentacles, he's methodical in the way that he does things. He's not looked at as an original thinker like the Knight of Wands. And that's because he understands that there is a certain way of doing things to get to the results that you want to see. You know, and it's funny because it has like a Hierophant type feeling to it. But I feel more so it's about you needing to, you know, tread lightly, be cautious in your dealings with people because of where you are emotionally right now. Oh, shit. All right. The Five of Swords. You know, I still, like, I still feel like that Queen of Cups is you right now. Because the thing is with her, she has a tendency to, like, really get involved with people who, you know, she sometimes can't see is, like, trying to take advantage of her. And with the Five of Swords being there, that may be some of you right now. And again, you know, that Five of Pentacles, for some of you, you may be casting this person out. But with the Five of Swords being in the environment, like, you know, you're talking about somebody who is being an asshole. This is the intention to hurt, you know. And it would have been different if I would have been looking at the Queen of Swords here, but I look at you being, you know, sensitive to what's happening. But definitely, I'm looking at it coming down this way and dealing with an asshole that may have broke your heart, right? Which is possible. You know, because, right, the hollow victory, bullshit arguments, ego-driven, somebody who's willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want, even if that means hurting somebody else. You know, and I see you, like, not wanting to do this anymore. Not wanting to be involved anymore because I think that your emotions have been hurt enough. But I don't like this, especially connected here. Oof, your hopes and your fears, the Ten of Wands, don't do that. Don't do that. Drop that shit. Oh, man. With the Ten of Wands, you know, being weighed down by all of this. Being weighed down emotionally by all of this. You know, and again, like, needing to cast it out. With that Five of Pentacles being there. You can't do that to yourself. You know, some of you maybe fearing that, you know, you're not going to get to this place where things get resolved. I don't know, it bothers me. You know, but even when you are looking at the Ten of Wands, I mean, right, the uphill battle, but getting to eventually that destination here where you drop all that shit and go back to the one. But being weighed down and overwhelmed, especially emotionally, by a situation, and then fearing having to continue to carry the weight of all of this. And then coming out the Six of Pentacles, and it's funny because, you know, you look at falling on hard times, but then receiving assistance. And then the Three of Pentacles. You know, I mean, and even if we are talking about a work situation here, you know, you may be dealing with some really shitty people, and it may be, you know, something that has been, like, really difficult to deal with. You know, too much responsibility here and maybe not getting enough or not getting as much as what you should be here. But, like, I see you picking up speed on getting away from this. So we're looking at the Nine of Wands where, you know, you're on guard here, but there's still persistence, right? But, like, I still feel like you need to get back to that one. You know, but, like, I totally understand with the Three of Swords being there and then looking at the Five of Swords, right? Now, with the Eight of Swords, you may feel like you're stuck in this position where you're continuously having to fight with other people. to get what you feel like you deserve. You know, especially if you're carrying the weight of everything. Now, with the Three of Pentacles, it's like you move into a place here where you start putting in, you know, a little bit more toward what you're wanting to work on. You know, the other thing with the Three of Pentacles is, you know, doing the right thing. Like, I always feel like with this one that somebody is doing the right thing. Because when you look at this, you're talking about people who are recognizing you for the work that you do. Well, if you weren't doing the right thing, you wouldn't be getting that recognition. Now, on the other hand, you know, it could be that you get to a place here where, you know, you may need to work on things with someone. But like I said, with the Five of Pentacles, it's almost like rejecting it, rejecting them, casting them out, like not needing this anymore. You know, and I don't know. I don't want to tell you that you need to start putting in the effort here and working with someone if they're an asshole. Because I still see you needing to be cautious on how you deal with situations like that, especially where you are emotionally right now. You know, and with the Queen of Cups being there, you could definitely be dealing with a person in your space that's just a straight up dick. You know, but I see the emotional involvement on your part here because of this person and the way they're acting. You know, but do you continue to give? Do you continue to help this person? Do you continue to want to work with them? You know, but you may be feeling stuck right now in terms of, you know, you being on guard because of the heartbreak that you faced and continue to deal with because of somebody being a jerk. And that's what I feel like looking at that. But I don't know, you know, this Three of Pentacles to me looks like somebody who is focused on working on something new. Especially if you're deciding that this isn't worth giving to anymore. And then starting to give more to what is going to work out for you in the end. You know, because I still see this here and think about, you know, you needing to be cautious with what you do. Especially on an emotional level. All right, Taurus, you know, and again, it's like with supernatural and soulmate, I kind of look at that as like intuitively, you know, but you may be like not really paying attention to it. But then at the same time, if you're being a little bit more authentic to yourself, then yeah, you know, that may lead you to a place where we quickly need to get this out of our lives. You know what I mean? Ooh, and then the sneak attack. Oh, okay. So yeah, they may come out of nowhere and start like trying to take control of the relationship and like really starting to express how they feel. And then you got Cancer showing up. So with the Chariot, you know, not so much like needing to travel. I mean, yeah, you could definitely be talking about somebody who is like at a distance from you and like needing to like bring them closer to you, you know, bringing you together. But this is a sneak attack. It's like they're going to come out of nowhere and like try to make the connection. And again, like getting control over the relationship because really where is it heading right now? You know, and that's a good thing. Now, for those of you who are single, this may be the one, and then you have the Knight of Wands. You could be talking about a situation here where there is a lot of like passion, but like, you know, this could be, you know, the one night stand, right? But you didn't realize that this was, you know, the person that you've been seeking, you know, because there's a lot of passion here when it comes to this Knight of Wands. It's like, get on the horse and go, right? Who cares what happens later? Let's just indulge in the passion right now, you know? But it's almost like having a one-night stand and then realizing that this was who you've been seeking all along. Wow, Taurus. But I would say that, you know, especially in terms of like people who are just straight up assholes, whether they're people that you're working with or if they're family members or even partners for that matter for some of you. I see, you know, it's almost like a lot of people have been dealing with difficult choices, but for you, you already know what it is. Like, I see you understanding that you need to cast this out. You need to reject this. You know, and again, a lot of the reason why I say that is because where you are right now, what your best path to follow is, and then looking at you coming out here, You know, it's about you no longer feeling like you're stuck with this situation that you need to continue to give to, especially if somebody's going to treat you like crap. You know, and you needing to do the right thing for you. I mean, seriously, and putting your time and effort and your focus somewhere else where you get to rebuild things for you. But it's like with the Eight of Wands, like I said, it's quick. Like things are moving quickly here, or you're wanting them to. But it's almost like, you know, even if you're dealing with this right now, everything will just kind of fall into place. You know, you may be rejected in terms of work for sure, but, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles, right, slow and steady. I mean, you know, Taurus, right, you know that. And then coming out here, you do look a little bit better. But like I said, if we're dealing with people, you know, I can see how you may be emotionally affected right now, especially with the Three of Swords coming through. All right, Taurus, so like I said before, when it comes to these two, I really do think that I'm talking to the psychic Taurus out there, Taurians out there. With these two, absolutely. You know, being a little bit more in tune with your own psychic abilities here, but then, right, watching the third eye open. But then, you know, with soulmate too, being a little bit more authentic to yourself when it comes to communicating, you know, the way that you feel. Now, looking at the reading with the Eight of Wands, like I said, being the overall, I feel like this situation needs to hurry up and get to its closing point. You know, and we could definitely be talking about communication though, but I don't know, I feel more so that it's really about getting past all this now. I do think that for those of you who are looking at a work situation here with the Ten of Wands, I think that you may be like really overwhelmed with all your responsibilities right now. And there may be a fear of moving somewhere new where, you know, you're not dealing with assholes that are making you feel bad because of the Three of Swords coming through. I think that some of you are really dealing with something that you hate. And I hate saying that, but with the Three of Swords coming through, it's like, again, being heartbroken and dealing with assholes. And I still see you as the Queen of Cups right now and still having like emotional involvement and having, you know, your emotions affected by all of this. Because, you know, if we're talking about you being more in tune with yourself and your emotions and being more authentic to yourself, it's like you're realizing that this situation needs to be gone with the Five of Pentacles. Now, again, for some of you, right, it could be like the loss of a job, but I don't see that with what's coming out. I didn't feel that initially anyway, especially with this being your best path to follow. I mean, you know, right, Taurus, besides the Hierophant, this is definitely you. But being cautious about how you deal with people in your space right now, especially if they are affecting your emotions. But I see you coming out here, and it's really a question of, you know, are you going to continue to give to this situation? Now, if you have been rejected, you're definitely getting assistance. You know, that is for sure here. But like I see this more so as you looking at, I'm not going to give to this anymore because I'm casting this out and I'm going to start putting my effort into something else. Because you're tired of dealing with assholes. Now with the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Swords, like I get it with the Three of Swords being there, absolutely. You know, and feeling like you're stuck in a position right now. But then moving into a spot with the Three of Pentacles where I think it's more about you doing the right thing for you because, you know, seriously, like I look at this and think you need to go somewhere else where you're not going to be overwhelmed, overburdened. You can actually do something that you have a skill and a talent for, right? Like I don't think that this is about you needing to work with somebody. The Three of Swords is what it is. It's the past. It's over with. But yet you're still in a position right now where you're dealing with, like I said, I mean, you know, somebody who's looking to cause you problems. But I think that it's more so about you getting to a place where you start doing the right thing for you. And where you feel like you're going to actually receive the recognition you deserve rather than being in a position where you're just like constantly looked over. You know, but then I still do think that some of you are just casting it aside, you know, rejecting it. I don't want to deal with this anymore. It's not fair to me. Now, as far as relationships go, singles, wow. This could be the one, and then you have the Knight of Wands. I'm telling you, it's like having a one-night stand and then realizing that this is the person that you were meant to be with. I'm sorry, but I rarely ever get to see things like this. And I'm like, wow, does that really happen? Like, I don't know. Like, I've never experienced that before, so those of you who are single are going to have to tell me about this, but this could be the one and you're looking at a one-night stand. Now, definitely you could be meeting the one and you're up and after it, and there's a lot of passion, but I don't know. Anyway, for those for those of you who are in a relationship, calling in your soulmate and the sneak attack, your prayers about wanting to have this person express how they feel is going to happen. You know, they're finally going to step up to the plate here, and with the sneak attack, you know, it's not a bad thing. They're going to be coming in out of nowhere and expressing how they feel, and there's going to be a better sense of direction in the relationship. But like I said, Taurus, I think it's really a question of, do you continue to do something where you feel like you're not being appreciated, or do you do the right thing for you? But again, like, you know, slow and steady, but then not only that, but being cautious. You know, especially with the people that you're dealing with right now. But if you feel overwhelmed, then yeah. And I don't think that this is about you needing to make a quick choice. I just think that you're wanting this situation to move along. Because I see you wanting to spend more time with what you actually want to do. You know, and no longer feeling like you're stuck with something that's going to continue to cause you heartbreak and bullshit.